Hey guys, and welcome to episode 6 of the Atletico Madrid career. And to start this episode, we're going to go into the Champions League against Roma. Of course, we are at home, so hopefully we can get the win. And if we actually do lose this game, we will be kicked out of the Champions League. So, yeah, we pretty much have to win this game. So I'm going to be playing the 4-2-3-1 just because it's a bit more defensive. And of course, you've got like 4 people going on the attack. But maybe we'll go back to the 4-3-2-1 just in the league or something. So, yeah, let's head into the game and hopefully we can get the win. I really don't want to get kicked out of the Champions League. It'd be really boring if we got kicked out now because, I don't know, the league is going to be very difficult with the likes of Barcelona, Madrid of course, and a few other teams that will be quite difficult to beat. So, yeah, Champions League will be a really good opportunity. So we are on 6 points and top of Bayern Leverkusen with 9. So we head into the game, and in the 6th minute of the match here, Cersei bringing the ball forwards down the middle of the pitch, waiting for the runs. Eventually gets it to Mario Suarez. He's actually a really good player. I was surprised how good he was. Lays it off for Cersei. Cersei hits the post, and the poacher Mandzukic is there to put it into the back of the net to make it 1-0 in the game. Of course, getting an early lead is very vital, especially when you're at home. Quite good to keep a lead and advance. So we head into the 22nd minute of the match here. Pretty much 10 or 12 minutes later, we kick the ball forwards from the defence. Mandzukic waits for the run of Cersei. Cersei eventually just walks around Manolas there. He just literally, Manolas committed, and yeah, it was really easy for him. So we do make it 2-0 in the game now. A nice goal for Cersei, of course. He seems to be doing very nicely in this like centre attacking mid position in the 4-2-3-1, creating chances and getting the goals. So we head into the 36th minute of the match here, and Cersei on the edge of the box again, just starting the attacks, passes it to Mandzukic. This combination of Cersei and Mandzukic is a bit of a shame. It doesn't work in real life because Cersei has actually gone on loan to AC Milan. So we head into this attack here, and eventually Cersei, just with his pace, just goes straight past the defence, Castan and Manolas, and then finesses it into the back of the net to make it 3-0. A bit of a shame he didn't get his hat-trick in this game, but still to get 2 goals is pretty nice. And yeah, that was pretty much the game. We did actually get a sent-off here, Godin, but with a 3-0 lead, all we did was literally get rid of, I think we got rid of Griezmann, put Cersei out wide, and just played with like 5 men back, and yeah, we tend to keep this 3-0 lead for the second half. So yeah, it means we are still a very good chance of going through in the Champions League. I think actually we did finish in second very luckily. Luckily Bayer Leverkusen didn't lose to Sporting Lisbon, so of course we are through to the next round. It was a bit of a lucky thing, and we did actually get 10 million for that. So hopefully in the January transfer window we can get some good signings in, and we actually have Manchester City, so a real tough opposition to come against, of course. Probably one of the top 5 sides in the world at the moment, so it is going to be quite difficult, of course. So I'm just thinking of what formation to play in this next game, and as the 4-2-3-1 did very nicely against Bayer Leverkusen, against Roma, sorry, I think we should be playing it in this next game against Mallorca. We are going to play a bit of a weaker side just because it is the Copa del Rey, and Mallorca aren't the biggest of sides, and of course we just played in the Champions League, so resting the players is nice, and getting other players a chance is really good. So just setting up the side for the next game. Going to play Torres on the left-hand side, Shaqiri on the right. It is a bit of a shame the real Torres, Fernando, isn't on this career mode, but nevertheless still, he's not really the best for career mode at the moment. So we head into the first minute of the game, 2-1 up on aggregate, of course, against Mallorca. So hopefully we can keep the lead and maybe build on it in this away leg, and that is what we do here in the very first moments of the match. Chip through ball for Bony. His left-footed volleys are ridiculously good. I think he's got 4-star weaker foot. He must have 4-star weaker foot because he just puts them all the time away. If I hit it on his left foot, if I hit it on his right foot in the box, he will put it away. So a really nice goal for the big Ivory Coastian. So we head into the 10th minute of the match here, and eventually Metab gets into the box. He did actually score against us in the previous game, so he seems to be quite a clinical player for Mallorca, maybe keeping him up in the BBVA. They kind of need that kind of player, of course, if you're going to stay in a league. So we head into the 47th minute, straight from the second half. Had a bit of a team talk and told our players to get out there and get the win, of course, and that is what we do here in the 48th minute of the match. Boney just makes it a 2-goal lead, of course, on aggregate. Boney, clinical striker, definitely would suggest to me. He was only like 21 million, so really cheap and really good. So yeah, we head into the 80th minute of the match here. Perez, I think, we bring him off the bench, put a nice chip through ball for Shaqiri. Eventually gets into a good position to put it across to Jimenez, who did come off the bench and puts the goal away to put the nail on the coffin and to get us through to the next round. So a very good goal, and yeah, we're through to the next round, which is really nice. We're 3 in the Champions League, we're 3 in the Copa del Rey. We seem to be doing very nicely in this episode, and the next game is against Atletico Bilbao, a very good team in the BBVA. Of course, they got Munain, Susieta, I can't remember off the top of my head, there's loads, but yeah, it's a real big opposition, so let's just set up the team for the next game. Of course, we are going to be playing quite a strong side, keeping the 4-2-3-1, maybe we'll go back to the 4-3-2-1 in the future, but for the time being, I think we're doing quite well with it. So we head into the 25th minute of the match here. Juanfran does get tackled there, but he just quickly gets back up and wins the ball inside to Griezmann. Griezmann eventually runs out wide, and then Berber spins inside. I think that's actually the new skill move, sorry, not the Berber spin. And yeah, Mandzukic is there to put it into the back of the net. Just always in that 6-yard area to put it away. Not as clinical as Boney. Definitely, if you're running through on goal, I definitely would want Boney. He's got a lot better shot power and a lot better finishing, but Mandzukic just seems to always be in the right place at the right time and has a lot better heading. So two very good strikers, you just can't pick between them. Leave a comment down below on who you think the better striker is at the moment. So we head into the 33rd minute of the match here, and we do actually win a penalty. Mandzukic about to fire the trigger, but he does get tackled, and we do win the penalty, of course. And with Gabby's 83 penalties, I think we can put this away quite nicely and make it 2-0 lead in the game, and that is what we do there. Nice left-footed, left-sided penalty to put it into the back of the net to make it 2-0, of course. And I was pretty confident we had the 2-0 lead in the bag in this game, and all 3 points, of course. But just before half-time here, go on the attack, Munayin gets into a really dangerous area, puts the ball into the back post. I'm not too sure what Juanfran was doing. He's going goal side, not goal side, and then eventually Soseta puts it into the back of the net to make it 2-1 just before half-time. A really clinical time to get a goal in the game, and it seemed to really affect us, because in the 65th minute of the match here, Soseta runs on the right-hand side, eventually gets the ball into the box, and yeah, they put it into the back of the net, 2-2 in the game. I thought I had it in the bag in the first half, but it just shows you really need to concentrate on Carimo, because it is so easy. Like, the amount of times they'll keep the ball for, like, I don't know, 20 minutes of the game and then just eventually get it into the box and get the goal. It is really frustrating, but at the same time, I do kind of prefer it over Ultimate Team. So we head into our next game against Elche, but before we do that, I'm just showing off the league. We are currently 11 points behind Real Madrid, and we're hardly into the season. What, we're in November? It's just crazy how such a big gap can happen, and we've dropped, like, what, 12 points, of course. That's 11 points, where I've got 12 points from. So yeah, we need to find them points and gain on them. So we head into our next game against Elche, a team we definitely should be beating. Cersei here in the centre forward position, goes in, wins the ball, passes it to Griezmann, and Griezmann clinically finishes it into the back of the net to make it 1-0. A nice goal for him. Cersei again, just showing how good he is. He just creates chances, gets goals, and he's got the pace and dribbling. A fantastic signing for Atletico on this career mode. Unfortunately, not in real life, but we head into the 75th minute of the match here. Boney goes through, Boney puts it into the back of the net, and Boney gets all 3 points. So a very nice goal for the Ivory Coast man again. Yeah, just a fantastic signing, and hopefully does well at City. I think the deal is just about to go through. So yeah, good win for us, of course. I didn't really see much of an opposition there from Elche. They didn't really put much up. They have a lot of possession on career mode. That is one thing. I don't have a lot of possession, but I do use it quite nicely. So we're going to head into another game, of course, getting those 3 points. We seem to be doing quite well this episode, apart from that Bilbao game where we just got a little bit complacent, and of course the headers in the air, they seem to be quite dominant in the air. Bilbao, they've got very tall players, and it just showed in that game. So setting up the team for the next game against Villarreal. We are going to play the 4-3-2-1 for this game. I think we've just got too many players on too low fitness, so of course we can't play the 3 in the attacking mid position. So we're going to play Milner on the right forward position and Shaqiri on the left. So hopefully we can do well in this game. We head into the 51st minute of the match here. Dos Santos on a yellow card, passes it to Luis Adriano. I think that's the Shakhtar Donetsk one. I think they signed him in the window, of course. So yeah, we head into the 52nd minute of the match, and eventually Bruno puts a beautiful ball through for Dos Santos. I don't know whose body it went across there. I don't know if it was Milner's, actually. But yeah, that was a really annoying goal to concede there. But we head into the 76th minute of the match here. Milner with a fantastic tackle puts it to Shaqiri out wide. Boney gets into a good position. Eventually the ball goes out to Gamez, and Gamez heads it back down to Milner. Milner with a fantastic pass eventually. Just watch that beautiful pass into Turan, into Griezmann, goal. Beautiful passing play and a great goal from us to make it 1-1 in the game. Unfortunately, that is how the game does end. So again, dropping points against a bigger side. We need to be winning this game. That's another 2 points, probably 13 points away from Real Madrid now. It's just crazy. Are we going to be able to get the title? Leave a comment down below. So if you did enjoy this episode, we did get 3 in the Champions League and the Copa del Rey, but in the league we didn't do too well. So maybe the cups were your kind of thing, and yeah, we'll have to see, of course. So if you did enjoy this episode, it would be fantastic if you could get over 10 likes. Yeah, subscribe if you're on your channel, and see you soon. Bye.